fall. Officiating this match is referee Rick Manning. Introducing first, in the blue corner, in the red corner, he is Scott Murdoch. And his opponent, in the blue corner, he is number 55 for the Waxahachie Indians, Clayton. Now, Clayton, before we get started, I'm sure you've got something to say to this fine Waxahachie crowd.
All I got to say is thanks for coming. I ain't got nothing for you, boy. I'm gonna let my actions do my talking. Hey, Bruce.
Come on, Brad. What happened? What happened, Chicken?
Let's see if we're going to get a clean break here. What do you think, Nigel? Clean break?
I'll say it depends entirely on who's left on top. If it's Clayton, of course Clayton, see, there we go.
We did get a clean break there. Doesn't look like either one's in a big rush, and I like that. When you rush, you mess up. When you rush, you get off balance. Give your opponent the upper hand when you get off balance. You can believe that. Leverage is the whole thing in leverage and endurance.
Well, I'll have to defer to your better judgment, having never been able to step in the squared circle before.
Yeah, but you got a good eyeball for it.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Nice elbow collar tie up by Brooks and Murdoch.
Snatched that arm with authority. That's what Murdoch did. He snapped his arm, did you see that?
I did indeed. Scott Murdoch wasting absolutely, I'm going to have to say...
Wasting nothing, is he?
No moves whatsoever. He's doing everything that he needs to do to make sure that he can put the hurt on Clayton.
Yes.
Wrenching that arm, almost driving Clayton to his knees.
I know Clayton, you know, I'm his father. I've known him all his life, and I'm going to tell you something about Clayton. He won't give up easy. He will fight to the very last drop of fight that he's got in him.
Well, one would certainly hope so, given that he is a Brooks, and not just any Brooks, but the son of, I believe he's referred to as the Texas legend.
Nice backdrop. Scott Murdoch, he heaved him right up high, didn't he?
Now, no matter what any of these fans might say about Scott Murdoch, I have to give the lad credit. He is certainly no stranger to any roughneck performing.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
And I wouldn't put it past him to put Clayton through his paces, perhaps even going so far as to take a win over son. And I apologize for saying so.
Well, I'll tell you what, this match, it wouldn't surprise me either way it goes. You know, it could go either way. They're both big, solid, 300-pounders are over, both about 6'1", 6'2", both in their prime. I would say, you know, I know Clayton's 25, and I would say that Scott Murdoch is probably about 23 or 24 or 25 too. They're both young men, and they've got a few years in pro wrestling too. They're not sloppy. They're very methodical. They're wasting no energy. They're wasting no moves.
And Scott Murdoch on the losing side of a headbutt from Clayton. Clayton looked like he had gotten a little dazed, but Scott Murdoch seemed to have a few more bats in the belfry by the time it was done. Clayton going for a...
He finally went down. I was beginning to wonder if he was going to go down or not. Hello, Alan. Look at Alan there taking our photo. Hey. I'm sure happy he gets a little shot of us every now and then. Of course, he might not put it on the video. He's got the other two cameras going too. So.
Well, to be honest, I'm going to say it's probably a lot more interesting in the ring, but he is he's the man in charge of the ring. Ooh. And Scott Murdoch dragging Clayton Brooks into the turnbuckle, knocking him on his head, and now Clayton's a little bit shook up, trying to shake the cobwebs loose.
You might have saw me searching there. I was searching for my cell phone. I usually always know right where it is, and it's not on me.
Scott Murdoch with a rake across the eyes from a boot on a prone Clayton Brooks. Hooks him for a body slam, decides just to slam him straight down. Goes for a pinfall, comes up short with two.
It's good wrestling on Scott's part to pin Clayton after that body slam, but I don't think a body slam is going to beat Clayton, and I don't think a body slam would beat Murdoch either.
Well, I'd have to agree with you, but anything whatsoever that you can do to not just wear down your opponent, but take away his morale, his drive, his fighting spirit, that in and of itself would be enough. That in itself could be enough to just completely and totally deplete Clayton's desire to kick out, and that could just simply win the match.
Clayton needs to get up and get out from under that.
Clayton underneath a wrenching armbar as Scott Murdoch continues to take him to task. Ooh. Stomping on him right on the inside of the shoulder.
Clayton needs to hit him right in the gut right now with a stomach shot. You've got to fight back. You've got to stop that attack. I know he's hurt. He's been hit a few times, but see, now he's in worse shape. This could be it right here. Again, Scott Murdoch is in no hurry. Oh, he didn't even go for the pin. He's going to go and try to punish him with the armbar there.
Well, that is certainly one of the things that you've got to do. You have to wear down your opponent. That is the only way really, that you're going to stop a man like Clayton Brooks. As you said, he's well over, or well at the 300-pound mark, running anywhere from what you said, about 6'2" to I'd go as high as 6'4".
Possibly.
And
somewhere in that neighborhood. He's a pretty good-sized man.
One would say he's a veritable behemoth in the ring, and well, even if he's
look at Scott Murdoch's legs.
Well, certainly Scott Murdoch is not a small man by any stretch of the imagination, but a big man simply just can't defeat a big man by doing big moves. Right. Beautiful reversal jawbreaker.
Did you see Scott Murdoch, the back of his head bounce off the mat then?
I certainly did.
I did too.
And it looks like Murdoch might have a bad taste in his mouth. It might be his tongue.
Looks like the tide's turning now. The worm has turned.
Clayton Brooks driving a knee into the back of the leg of Scott Murdoch and then doing a shoulder tackle. Some very, very stiff rights. 3 of them it took to chop Scott Murdoch down. And Clayton Brooks falls through with an elbow drop. Goes for the pin.
Tell you what, it's been tit for tat so far. Murdoch had Clayton down for a while, and now Clayton's got Murdoch down. It's been pretty even.
Little bit of a surfboard stretch. Murdoch having enough breath to rattle off, "I ain't giving up, ref." Setting him up. Very lovely suplex. Snap suplex sending
Christina.
Sending Scott Murdoch crashing to the mat. And Killer, it looks as if the big man's going up. Scott Murdoch doesn't know where he is, and well, if you look, Clayton Brooks is up on the top rope. Flying cross body.
All right.